Let's send it over to MSI Cooldown.
Thank you, Captain Flowers, and welcome to MSI Cooldown, where I'm joined by Jake, Spawn Tiberi, and Sam Kobe Hartman Kensler to break down the action from the fourth day of group stage. First off, how you guys feeling? I know it's been an intense day.
What a day it has been.
Is that your real response?
That's my real response.
You're a lot more chipper today, Kobe. Have you regained some faith in North America?
Yeah,
perhaps?
you know what? You hit rock bottom, you bounce back up. That's my philosophy.
All right, well, we're going to hope that they can keep bouncing because as an update, IG have now locked first seed. Congrats to them. I think no surprises to anyone. SKT and G2 have now also locked top 4. So essentially, there is one spot remaining. 3 teams are locked, but it's still a battle for that last spot in the knockout stage. And the Korean representatives join G2 and Invictus Gaming, meaning the number 4 seed will be fought over by Fongbu Buffalo, Flash Wolves, and Team Liquid. So it is in theory possible for us to have some crazy intense stakes, as Fongbu Buffalo could make the last-minute wild run. But Fongbu Buffalo, not who I'm interested about right now. I want to get your guys' impressions on the respective representatives of EU and NA, and I want to start on the side of G2. Spawn, you got to cast these games. I'm curious, what did you think of G2 today?
I thought that G2 had a pretty mixed bag, to be honest. I think that what we saw was that they were willing to throw down with both teams that they played against. But we saw, the controlled fashion and playing towards our win conditions in game number 1, and then kind of buying into the IG playstyle again with maybe a team comp that didn't necessarily fit it. And what I wanted to see was a little bit more of that control and, I guess, patience shown. And on the biggest test, which is IG, and don't get me wrong, they do seem quite unfallible at the moment, fell down a little bit for me, but still promising signs. I like the creativity of the final call to try and end the game. That call in particular did give me some hope for this team in a best of 5, even against IG.
Yeah, I really enjoyed watching this game. Even though, as you're pointing out, yes, there were some more tactical options that people were looking for G2 to opt into, the 1-3-1, Tom Kent's more side play, rather than so many of these skirmishes. But those skirmishes and those fights were incredibly well played by both sides, and they were super fun to watch. So I'm still glad that we got the game we did.
I understand the entire team running bot lane to try to end that felt pretty tactical to me.
Well, the thing is that it was a good play because they were capitalizing on the shy split push. And if you think back to the game, they actually did it a couple of times. One of the times they attacked him as he had walked over the wall, they got his flash and they reset up the gank. So I think that's a great call. When Rookie stopped his channel, I actually thought for a split second there that they had won the game because it was a genuine 3v5. But, hats off to people like Ning and Jackie Love who just time and time again.
I was going to say I held it for like a good 5 seconds, and then I saw Jackie Love auto-attack someone with the Z convergence active. You're like, and we're all dead. We're all dead. I guess this is how we go out.
But it was close.
Nice run. It was close. And I think, are you in the same position where you're hopeful in the best of 5? Do you think G2 is going to be in a position to take games off?
I am. I'm super excited for that best of 5. If the best of 5 is filled with games like that, then that is going to be a treat.
Absolutely. On the opposite side, though, TL, not quite in the commanding performance that they were expected to be in coming into the tournament. We knew that they would be in battling for 4th. We just expected it to not be quite so close of a battle.
However, game 1 was the game where you could see that this is a team that when the conditions line up and when they get that advantage, they are very good at closing out a clean game. And this, once again, poses so many questions for me about TL because when they had the comp, when they had the Tom Kent, when they had the bottom lane set up for success, I mean, Impact's playing well this tournament. They had so many promising signs.
Yeah, I think they kind of backed up what a lot of the other players were also saying about this team, Liquid. That was their, 5th game in a row that they were able to take over Fongbu Buffalo. With their controlled style, they are able to definitely get these wins, over the teams that are below them. But then when matched with the ones above them like this in the Invictus Gaming series, just in the first 3 minutes, dying in mid lane, then dying bottom lane, then dying bottom lane again, that kind of is one of those your heart drops into the pit of your stomach moments. I still got hope again, though. Like you're saying, Impact, if you're putting out a single player here for Team Liquid, coming in, making a big team play for them, and having this big resurgence for TL actually made me look forward to tomorrow. That's why I started the show a bit more happy, because I still am holding on to hope that they can take the game off of either G2 or SKT. I wouldn't favor them in a best of 5 or something like that. But I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that they beat either of these teams. And so I think that TL still have a shot to go up.
And I kind of started the day off questioning the resilience and then the adaptation of this Liquid lineup, because I said I thought that they looked a little bit dejected in their losses. I mean, they had lost 4 in a row coming in today. And then I was questioning, they were playing split push comps, but they weren't committing to the split push. Well, today, we actually saw that they went back to supreme comfort and team fighting, even dropping their solo laners further down into the draft for protection around the control mages and team fight picks. And then they took it that step further. When they picked up the Nico, once again, it was a team fighter. They were a little bit late on some of the team fights, which is what I want to watch for going forward. But I think they've finally got an idea about how they want to approach the meta in this tournament. And that's a great place to go into the last day.
And for me, hearing that from a lot of people that Impact was going to be this huge weakness, I just kind of want to echo what you're saying there, Kobe, and that I've been very impressed. The Aatrox game versus Wonder, he obviously did very well. Surprising was the Nico pick. I was told this guy would literally live on tank duty forever, and that was the best thing that could happen. But
Or
Gangplank. And he's shown so much more. But now, as we go into tomorrow, Flash Wolves and TL feels like the ultimate question, PBB trailing. And as we look at the schedule coming up, I want to look at some of the key games, the games that are going to matter most in tomorrow's schedule for deciding who is actually going to advance in that 4th place spot. So, of course, the day kicks off with SK Telecom T1 and Team Liquid. These will be the final games of the group stage. So where are your guys' eyes at? Where do you see the good, easy wins for Team Liquid? Where do you see the difficult matchups? I know you've already talked a bit about it, Kobe, but what game are they going to take?
Well, there is no easy win for Team Liquid on the schedule. They are definitely both wins that they will have to work for. Difficult matches with SKT and G2, as I mentioned. But coming into this tournament, our goal for Team Liquid, as most people have them ranked 4th, was to be able to take games off of the teams ranked above them. SKT and G2 are the ones within striking distance. They get another shot at both of them. So I think that it is actually likely that they take one of those games.
What would you pick?
I would honestly actually take the G2 game.
Okay.
I think that there is that possibility, as we saw even where G2 have had throughout this tournament, where they themselves lose sight of what their win conditions are even. As same vein that Team Liquid, had split pushing, did not split push and started team fighting, similar thing happened. But that's not, I don't think, what most people are going to be looking at. It's the Flash Wolves versus Fangfu Buffalo, because if they lose that one, then Team Liquid, and even if Team Liquid lose both of their games, then that would give them the edge.
Yeah, it's a difficult spot to be in where it feels like to a certain degree you control your own destiny, but if you can't find those wins, then you are just put out and you're put in behind position. To round this discussion out, as we look forward, let's assume Team Liquid do make it in. Is this a team that you think gets stronger in a best of 5 against the likes of G2, of SKT? God forbid for their sake.
I gotta be honest, I don't think so.
I was going to say, because the thing that we're talking about a lot with this lineup is the inability to play the big 5 flex picks. And I don't think that playing, 5 games in a row on the same day, if it does go that far, makes that problem any easier. I do, however, think that you do have to trust in kind of the star players to have 1 or 2 of those moments in a series that can win you those games. And if they come early enough in the series, then, things like momentum become a big turning point. So the short answer to the question is no, I don't think this is a team that will push very far. But I think that, I do have some faith in people like, Doublelift and Core JJ to have some standout performances in games.
Yeah, and honestly, in the knockout stage, I expect them to be picked by IG. So you're asking me if Team Liquid's going to be stronger in the best of 5s when they're playing a best of 5 versus IG?
So the best part is I think Spawn has a theory on this that I really love.
IG, when they won Worlds, said that it didn't feel like they'd won Worlds because they hadn't gone through Faker. Now, I don't know whether this is Faker in best of 1s or Faker in best of 5. But I have a theory that potentially, and I don't know, most likely that the support staff of IG think this is a dumb idea and tell them no. But I think that IG will want to go through SKT.
A special request by Rookie, and he's like, I need this. I have to beat Faker in this tournament in a best of 5, so we're picking SKT. Is that what you're telling me?
That's my theory. Because, they're a team that you listen to all their interviews and they're about the fun, jovial games. And once again, I'm sure the support staff hates hearing that because even their coach was like, yeah, we need to clean up some of our errors. We look beatable at the moment. But
so you don't think the 2 games in group stage is going to be enough?
Yeah, I think. I reckon Rookie wants Faker.
Here's a follow-up. Do you think that Rookie is not confident enough in SKT that they could beat G2 if that's the other semifinal matchup?
I think that is a big question mark right now for SKT. I think that G2 has definitively shown that they are the better team. Now, the thing that we have to take into account is because we were both there, and I got very excited in 2016 when RNG looked unstoppable and SKT looked like they were falling apart, that SKT do ramp up as the tournament has gone on historically, but there's only so much plot armor can save you from, and right now, G2 look like a beast of a team.
Yep.
Absolute monsters. I'm so excited to see actually what the matchups will be, who people will select. It's going to be such an intense moment tomorrow as the standings shake out. But now for myself, the casters, and the entire broadcast crew, thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for the conclusion of the MSI 2019 group stage. Good night.
If G2 Esports take down Flash Wolves right now, they will guarantee themselves a spot in the top 4 at MSI. Let's find out whether or not they can do it as they take on Flash Wolves here. Soul Shackles into stopwatch, Wily Death comes out, and G2 obliterate the first kill. Betty Chaser turns around, back into Perks, they trade 1 for 1. This is a slaughterhouse. G2 guarantee themselves a shot in the playoffs. The Devour Spit does come out, but some of the flash blown by Core JJ. Oh. What was that damage? Piercing arrow. Chain of Corruption starts to spread. Pallet's gonna get locked down as the Cataclysm comes out. Zeros will fall after. It's a double kill for double lift.
I thought you were Tom-ulting me away.
He's also going to be around mid lane, but it's plenty of manpower coming in for SKT, and that's all she wrote. This is popping off for SKT. Chelsea drops to Baker. It's 4 dead on the side of the Flash Wolves, and this could not go better. Finding the enemy jungler, Cliff's going to be onto the back line, able to find the damage onto Rather, going into the stopwatch, keeping himself alive, and the Flash Wolves are out of there.
Guys, they also. Nice. I'm alive. Yeah. Nice. Good shit.
On and a good through attack. Balon's able to find the initiation. Ning's got the kick down onto Double, who's going to be in some trouble. Shy into multiple people. That's a slicing maelstrom. Liquid not on the same page. And IG hits him with the whole damn book. Pallet trying to make this one happen. Teddy very low on mana here as Null makes his way into the fight. Teddy's going to be taken very low. Kept alive now by Mata. And what a save. That's the heroic entrance. Zeros gets away. Pallet will not. And SKT will clean this one up quick.
He's 1v1ing with the Shy.
Oh,
Shit. He's giggling, coach.
His way to Mickey. Mickey will put some damage. There's good damage in apply. I did not expect that to happen. G2 Esports, have they bitten off more than they can chew? 1-2 quick kills. Perhaps trying to do a little bit back, but Jackie Love, Invictus Gaming, remain undefeated at MSI 2019.